Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom. Om Swastiastu. Namo Buddhaya. Salam kebajikan. Sampurasun. Distinguished delegates from ASEAN countries, my good friends from Laos, Malaysia, the Philippines, Thailand, and Timor-Leste. Secretary General, Mr. Suyus Windayana, and all senior officials and special staff from the Ministry of Agrarian Affairs and Spatial Planning, National Land Agency, representatives from the Coordinating Ministry for Political, Legal, and Security Affairs, Ministry of Home Affairs, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the National Development Planning Agency, representatives from the West Java Provincial Government, Bapak Sekda, our good friends from Global Lead on Land from the World Bank, Mr. Mika Petri Torhonen, Director of Land and Resources Rights from the World Resources Institute, Ms. Elisa Scalisi, Senior Fellow and Director of the China Program at the Lincoln Institute, Mr. Xie Liu, distinguished guests and participants, and allow me to greet personally to our brothers and sisters, masyarakat adat dari berbagai penjuru tanah air. Yang pertama, masyarakat adat Baduy, masyarakat Kampung Naga, masyarakat Dayak Iban Sungai Itik, masyarakat Dayak Menua Kulam, masyarakat Dayak Sami, masyarakat Kerapatan Adat Nagari, Tanjung Monai, masyarakat Mukim Siem, masyarakat Mukim Selimum, masyarakat Kota Sungai Penuh, masyarakat Desa Adat Asah Duren, dan masyarakat adat Sawoi dari Papua. Big round of applause untuk saudara-saudara kita dari berbagai daerah tadi. On behalf of the government of Indonesia, please allow me to extend a warm welcome to all delegates and participants of this Ulayat Summit. Your presence here today is a testament to our shared commitment to fostering collaboration, exchanges, best practices, lessons learned, and building stronger relationships, particularly within our ASEAN community. Let us engage in a deeper conversation on customary land or Ulayat land registration as part of our core identities, heritage, and shared responsibility. This is all about justice, and it is about the protection of our indigenous people. For our indigenous communities, land embodies the very essence of life itself. Tadi, Apai Janggut luar biasa menyampaikan for masyarakat Dayak Iban. Hutan bagaikan seorang ayah. Forest is perceived as the father. Tanah sebagai ibu. Land is perceived as the mother. Dan sungai-sungai yang mengalir melintasi wilayah adat di masyarakat Dayak Iban, bagaikan darah. So rivers as blood, yang harus dijaga kelestariannya, must be protected at all cost, now and forever. Jadi Bapak Ibu sekalian, again, this is about the essence of life itself. So, land should be viewed as the spirit of their identity, the keeper of their history, and the foundation of their future. When we speak of customary lands, we are not merely addressing the property rights. We are invoking the very lifeblood of cultures that have thrived for centuries, woven into the fabric of their ancestral heritage and enduring existence. Ladies and gentlemen, in Indonesia, we recognize three primary entities of land. First, land rights. The second is state land. And third, ulayat, or customary land. Ulayat land embodies a communal ownership that reflects the deep connection between indigenous people and their environment. This connection is not merely physical, it is spiritual, cultural, and social that protect and nurture them along the way. However, in many cases, indigenous communities, our indigenous people, have lost their lands due to illegal transfer, violations, and exploitation. Therefore, the Indonesian government, through our ministry, the Ministry of Agrarian Affairs and Spatial Planning, has taken a decisive action by creating a strong regulation to manage the customary lands. In 2021, we introduced Government Regulation Number 18, which grants management rights for ulayat lands. This is a substantial milestone. And furthermore, this year, in 2024, under my leadership and direction, we have issued the Ministerial Regulation Number 14 to ensure the effective implementation of land administration and the registration of customary land rights for our indigenous people. To operationalize this framework, we have implemented the Systematic Land Registration Program, or PTSL, to accelerate the registration of all land parcels in Indonesia, particularly to register and protect the ulayat lands. Through the PTSL program, since 2017, we have made a substantial progress, registering over 117 million land parcels out of a target of 126 million land parcels. A significant increase from 46 million land parcels back in 2017. To date, we have issued 24 land management rights certificates for ulayat lands, covering nearly 850,000 hectares of lands in West Sumatra, Papua, West Java, Bali, and Jambi. This year, we have set an ambitious target to certify an additional 10,000 hectares across 4 provinces: West Java, East Java, North Kalimantan, and South Sulawesi. These meaningful achievements are the result of great collaboration between government agencies, local communities, academic institutions, and international partners. We have also worked closely with universities like Universitas Andalas, Universitas Hasanuddin, Universitas Sumatera Utara, Universitas Syah Kuala, and other prominent universities across the nation to ensure that our efforts are all based on research, study, grounded in adat values, principles, and responsive to the different values and needs of local communities. In the long run, we will ensure that every ulayat land in Indonesia, every ulayat land of our indigenous communities will be certified in order to provide the legal certainty the legitimacy, as well as to protect the lands and the people who rightfully deserve. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all these best practices are valuable to share in our efforts in collective learning and knowledge exchange, enhancing policy innovation and adaptation, building consensus and strengthening collaboration, improving governance and accountability, facilitating capacity building and technical assistance, as well as promoting equity and inclusivity. In short, sharing best practices in a multilateral forum allows countries to coordinate their efforts and respond more effectively to complex challenges with unified and harmonized strategies. Therefore, I'm happy to know that we have actively participated in various international forums, such as the East Asia and Pacific Workshop in the Philippines, the International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights, ICESCR, in Geneva, Switzerland, and also the World Bank Land Conference in Washington, D.C. this year. In those forums, we have shared our experiences and lessons learned to others. We also gained a lot of valuable insights, feedback, and lessons learned also from other countries. We have emphasized the need for an inclusive approach that respects local wisdom and adat values. A bottom-up participatory approach that actively involves indigenous communities is also important to create harmony and minimize friction that often result on the ground. For example, in West Sumatra, we approached the Lembaga Kerapatan Adat Alam Minangkabau, one of the highest adat authorities, which agreed to help us to raise awareness and also to socialize the importance of Ulayat land certification program. And this successfully encouraged adat leaders to independently come to the local land office to register their Ulayat lands. Ladies and gentlemen, in this occasion, I'm also pleased to announce the initiation of the International Learning Hub on Land and Spatial Planning for ASEAN countries. This platform will be a cornerstone of our regional collaboration, providing the opportunity for everyone, where the governments, NGOs, academics, and professionals can come together to share their knowledge, innovate, and to solve the pressing challenges of land management and spatial planning. The Learning Hub will enhance our efforts in capacity building, facilitating the sharing of best practices and knowledge, promoting regional cooperation and partnership, supporting policy development, and encouraging innovative solutions. This initiative represents our commitment to learning from one another, to building bridges across nations, and to shaping a future where our collective wisdom drives our development. As we come together to address the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead, I am confident that our collective wisdom, diverse experiences, and mutual respect will lead us to fruitful discussions and meaningful outcomes. Together, we can create solutions that are not only innovative, but also deeply rooted in the unique cultural values and traditions that unite us as ASEAN nations. May this forum strengthen our bonds, enhance our cooperation, and inspire us all to work towards a brighter and more sustainable future for our region. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much, His Excellency Minister Yudhoyono, for the speech. We remind you to stay on the stage. Sorry, thank you.